Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Jace with Jace, the tabletop interview review show for the Adventures in Athoria, brought to you by the Black Tower Stories. I'm your host, Jace, and with me today, for the 8th time in a 1-year span, he shows up now still as half a man. He divulges to us that he never had a plan since back when this whole game first began. So I'll send him off now for all to see, so he can show us all he can be, an inventor with geometry studies, blasting the enemies before he flees. With a lack in size, he doubles down in bad banter, but let's keep this wreck rolling and say hello to Gandor.
I don't know how I feel about that half man thing.
You're a halfling.
I understand
That's
that.
the joke. It's a halfling joke.
I feel like that's a medium-sized creature joke towards halflings, and not a halfling to halfling joke.
Well,
But that's fine.
well. We've made it now to pretty much the 1 year time period. Next session will be 1 year.
And
And in that time period, we lost half the fucking party.
yeah. That's,
Well,
I don't know. Y'all may only lose a third.
as for right now,
Half of the party
half
is
the party
either
is currently
gone, dead, or leaving.
Yeah, about right. So, Gander, let's start things off. It's been 1 year since the very beginning to now. What were your expectations coming into the campaign? What are they now? What happened? What's changed? How are you feeling? It's been 365 days. We've revolved around the sun. And what have we learned?
Well, technically it's 358.
Look here, sir. I keep
Or-
track of the stats.
360.
Gotta count the skip moons that we had. These are fake
That's
ones
right.
from the Flat Earthers.
That's why we're not on. That's why we're not on session 52.
That's right.
I know we talked about like what the campaign was gonna be, but I don't know. I was expecting the freedom Eric's giving us, but also like we need to be railroaded a little bit, or else we're not going to get anything done.
It's true. It's an open concept, which also means we're not going to do anything.
Yes, because we're gonna do things. There's no quest lock on quests, but that doesn't mean we can do every quest.
They also don't tell you when there's a level requirement. They just bypass that feature. And like, you could certainly try. And
There's
then
just
yell
something messing up my cows. Okay, let's go investigate. Maybe it's just wolves. Talk to the squirrel. Yeah, there's a giant bird eating the cows. Huh?
at, Shit. What if it came from above? Well, that's not good.
It do what? It pick up the cow.
You pick up cow, make go bye bye. Big bird.
I am much smaller than cow.
That means you're safe, right? Small.
I going into it. Why am I yawning? I was
It's been a
expecting to
long
go.
year.
I was expecting to go artificer. Or I'm not. I did go artificer. I was expecting to go armor. I'm not, and I just kind of let like what happened choose my subclass, which ultimately ended up in artillerist. And like, I liked the way it was going. It was going some places. Did I like the name our group ended up on? No.
How many people have to be gone from the first group before we can name it something else?
I think all that's left is
So if we get rid of Arthur, I'm pretty sure I'm allowed to do it at that point.
yeah. I think if Arthur goes, Caleb would be fine with the change. And then you just find a cleric and raise Arthur and be like, hey, we got some paperwork done.
Had to do a name change. They wouldn't allow us. So we had that year. You wanted to go. But you know what? The only thing that's changed was your decision on what subclass you're going to be. But you were kind of up in the air from the beginning.
Yeah,
so.
I didn't want to go armor because everyone who plays Artificer is like, oh, I'll just go armor and I'll be Tony Stark with the flying suit. Da, 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 da. It's like,
have you considered
I don't know
that it might be one of the better subclasses, and that's why?
It is one of the better subclasses.
Okay, as long as we're clear on that. Also, Battlesmith.
Battlesmith is okay. I think Artificer subclasses goes armor, artillerist, alchemist, Battlesmith, in my opinion.
You rank Battlesmith as the lowest one? It's probably the most popular one. It's probably a tie between armor and Battlesmith.
Is it really?
It's the one that lets you use your intelligence score for attack rolls. That's why it's so popular. It lets you be a good blade singer.
Ooh.
In fact, the Alchemist is definitely the worst. I don't know. I've played one. I know they're bad. Let's get into some questions here. The first question that came in from the chat was from Rabjord the Hung. It's just simply for both of us why. But he asks that every time. So I don't really know the context of it. So answer the question, Aaron. Why?
Because I'm starting a new job and I don't have anything set up for mobile playing. Because I'm going to be gone most of the time.
Dealing with giant pinwheels.
Giant pinwheels that I could die on.
Hey. Second question, because that was a pretty easy one. Fill in the blank. It's been 1 year since you looked at me, threw your arms in the air and said blank.
Fuck the establishment.
Okay, we'll go with that. It's not the exact line from the song, I'm sure, but close enough.
But I did throw my arms in the air and said, fuck the establishment.
Yeah.
Because that made you suggestion and said, have fun. So, it's not the song, but it is what I did.
Another question that came in, one that I'm also interested in. Aaron, will you be back?
Yes. It's just a matter of saving up money to buy a laptop and praying to God the hotels I pick's internet isn't straight doo-doo caca.
I have a feeling that it probably will, since you'll be working on wind turbines, which generally aren't in areas that have the greatest of internet.
I mean, I can be like within an hour of the turbine.
Well, okay. Piggybacking on the will you be back part. Depending on how long it is, are we going to see Gandor again?
Truthfully, I've been flip-flopping like the thought of retiring Gandor, because in the beginning I had fun, but then it just started becoming like, am I having fun? I don't know. Because like the cowardice act is fun to play around with, but to play with, I can understand why it's slightly aggravating.
It's not aggravating from my point. Especially, I like character development, and the fact that you are working your way out of there is better. Because if you just stayed a coward, like from level 1 to 20, with no growth at all, it's like you could literally demolish a building in one shot, but you're afraid of a cow. That'd be kind of weird.
Yeah.
Would you consider Gandor,
I do,
but multi-classing or changing the subclass?
no, I don't. I think Volred dying, because we had not had anyone die. People had gotten severely injured, but no one had died. So I think that was just too much for Gandor. And I do not think he will be back. Adventure.
Can I send him letters?
Yes.
Awesome.
You can also send him your shirts when you leave them out to dry and the acid rain comes down and you have no one to cast mending.
Don't worry. I'll buy another shirt. It's the postage of getting that sent to you and then sending it back to be ridiculous. Unless we're in town, then hell yeah, I'm all about that shit.
You can bring it. I gotta figure out a name for the laundromat.
Gandor's Gallant. What's a good word for cleaner? Turbulent tabard. Ran into a wall there. Oh well, I got nothing. You're on your own on that one, Gandor.
Yeah.
Question for both. This is kind of like a question we put at the end of it, but I feel like when a character dies, we should put this near the front. Question for both. Who will die or leave next? It won't be Gandor, because he's leaving.
I don't think anyone's gonna leave.
I don't think a character will leave, unless something way out of left field that we don't foresee happens to a character. Like, well, he literally can't be an adventurer anymore. That's who I can see that happening. So dying could have easily been Izal in that last fight. But I feel like we saw the massive issue of AoE. Not only did we dish out with the fireball against the enemy, but the circle of death getting dished out against us, dropping most of the party to below half HP, kind of shows that a wizard could do it, or the monk, or really anybody. I'm gonna go lowest HP of it being Calum dying, because Arthur could be in wild shape and therefore take a bigger hit. Or Volred again. Can we say Volred twice?
No, I think Volred's gonna be more careful from now on because he hasn't really been hit big. I think that was his first like big hit he's taken.
He technically only got hit twice.
Yeah. So I think he's going to be more careful to do stuff like that. So I think it's going to be Arthur. I think Arthur's going to get hit hard, junted out of wild shape, and then blasted.
Rab Jordan in the chat says, I've taken some big hits, and technically neither one of those were the biggest hit he's taken. The issue was...
Is it really?
Yeah, because he and I both got hit with a boulder. Yeah, he's... Rab Jordan takes some hits. The issue with that one is getting hit twice for a good number sucks. He takes 3 big hits, 3 pounds of major leap a day. That's a big hit. So I say Calum. You're saying Arthur. We all know it's secretly me, though.
And it was down to a death save roll too.
Yeah. And
Like that's
and the initiative, the fact that Volred was way the fuck down there on the initiative.
and me and you were at the top.
Mm-hmm.
Just a little strange.
Let's move on then from the who dies next question. Question for Izal: how do you feel losing your little buddy? Well, Izal, not having to constantly worry about Gandor in these situations is going to help. I mean, how much trouble are you going to get to in town? Probably a lot more than we're thinking, because as long as you're trying to not... If you try to blow something up, yeah, you're going to get in trouble. But it's more of... Now he's all kind of thinking, what? I was down here for Gandor. What else am I here for? Now it's kind of revenge.
Well, now you're here for big goddess mommy.
Well, no, I don't have to be that. Like, there's other hot, big people in this world, so I ain't gotta be divulged as one. So, but I mean, now it's mostly about revenge because the Zella can hold a grudge. So we're gonna go revenge now. After that, we'll just move that revenge on to somebody else. Going through the chat real quick.
Pop.
I get hit 5 times. Okay, I'm done reading the chat now. Alright, let's go to some of the questions I had prepared. Wait for this to load. Da-da-da. You said Gandor's probably not going to be coming back if you come back for it because of your fear. So that means you have to have something in mind for a backup character. Are you gonna go fighter?
If I go fighter, I'm going Echo Knight fighter. Or
if you say Battlemaster, I swear I will kick you out of this group.
No, or I don't
Rune Knight?
I don't think Rune. Yeah, well, I'm trying to go with thematic that would fit. I don't think Rune Knight would fit. But also, it doesn't have to be runes. It could be other stuff. Maybe Rune Knight. But honestly, maybe just a Hunter Ranger.
Ooh, Ranger.
Like, I know everyone says Rangers are kind of meh, but Tasha's remade Ranger to make it better. Hunter's pretty good. Is it Hunter? Yeah, Hunter has all the like fancy attacks. Listen, DM. I see DM with the air quotes.
Well, they did make it better. They gave it the Hunter's Mark ability, but not really Hunter's Mark. But it also takes your concentration, so that's not really as good. Because chances are you're gonna have Hunter's Mark anyway. So Hunter's Mark is also better.
But just one of the things is it is also a half caster. And if I play something that has magic, I want all the magic.
Well, I feel like the Ranger is a half caster, but it's mostly melee. That's
like a paladin.
Well,
like paladin.
Yeah, except for the paladin, might as well not have spells at all.
Yeah.
You should just have an amount of times it can do extra damage a day. Because that's what it does.
It has a pool of up to this amount it can do
It's got
on
mana.
a single attack.
The Paladin has mana. It doesn't have spell slots. It has mana.
It has a charge meter. That's what it has.
Yeah. You can use a special now. All right. Ults. Oh no, he channeled Divinity. He's ulting. He's ulting. I'd like to see
And
you be
level
Ranger.
5 smite.
You can be Ranger. I got no problem with
Especially-
Ranger.
Especially if I'm bringing back your favorite race. And your favorite lineage. It's the Catman. It's the Catman!
I would hate it, but you're not being the basic ass fighter. So like, all right, let's have some fun.
That's okay, I guess.
But if you played legitimately the exact same build as your last character, I'm like, no, you're playing the same character.
What was it? It was 8 levels of fighter.
It was fighter, assassin, rogue. It was battlemaster,
Yeah.
fighter, assassin, rogue, which is a good combo. It's just don't play the exact same thing again. Play something different. People would love to play this much D&D, and you're choosing to play the same character. Sometimes the same name.
But yeah, maybe Ranger. Rangers I've been looking at. I've also been glancing at Druid, but I don't want to step on Ari's toes.
Oh, hell no. Druid the hell out of it. I talked to the Kelmo. I was like, here's what I would do if I was a wizard and do all this. I was like, would they be button heads? Like, no, I'll play a wizard way different from you. I'm not afraid to do damage.
We'll
There's
see.
so many ways of playing druid too. It's and then Keldor was the closest thing to a druid without actually being a druid. So you can play nature-based characters too. Let me see. All right, I'm gonna scroll down to my list because we got some stats that happened because some people likes to break their own record, and that record would be Arthur, who previously held the record for the most damage in a single round of a single combat in total at 150 points. He's got 245 points of damage in that last combat,
Right.
with 196 of that coming from Fireball. Some of that it went to me though, because he hit me.
Did he punch things after the fireball?
Yeah, he was using the stick and all kinds of stuff. He did not wild shape. The first thing he did was Fireball. It's the first thing.
Alrighty then.
Which also gives him the biggest hit, as Fireball dealt 196 points of damage.
That's a lot of... That's quite big.
Yep. Also, congratulations to Eric for beating his own record for the biggest hit from an NPC with 88 points of damage from his Circle of Death.
Good job. New PR. I do not like that spell though.
Circle of Death?
No, I don't like it. Not one bit.
Big fan of Circle of Death. Love it. Piece de resistance. It has a 60-foot radius.
That is a 60-foot radius?
Yeah.
That's not cool at all. What level spell is that?
7. Or
Oh,
6.
okay.
7 or 6.
That's okay then.
So it hits a lot of things.
What did she hit Volred with?
Just probably some type of creature-based energy thing. I didn't recognize the spell.
Some sort of ray spell.
A beanie thingy.
Because it had multiple shots, so I'm assuming it's some kind of ray.
Big death hit thing.
You die! Bang bang! Bang 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 bang!
Also, she could recover
Finger
hits.
guns! Finger guns!
I think I did the math to find out roughly how much HP that person had by the end of the fight. If I look at it real quick. I wrote it down. Do. 1 moment. Aaron, entertain everybody. Do the dance. Do something. No, that's terrible.
Do. Nobody pay attention to the man behind the bar. There's a man trapped in a box.
Yeah,
Help me out of the box.
Yugi! What'd you do to my grandpa? I made him an NFT. Shit, where'd I put it? Anyway, I figured that the witch bitch lady was probably around 20 HP based off the damage that we dealt to her, the amount of movement on the bar, and the fact that she was hurt despite also healing from she probably healed about 80 points of necrotic.
Probably could have killed her.
She was close, but like even if I hit with my last hit, it probably wasn't gonna kill her.
But I think if you got a whole other, I think if you got a whole other round, you could have caught her.
If I could have critted her one more time and then hit with the last one, then yeah. Because if she was roughly around 20, that's how much I would be able to do with 2 solid hits.
Yeah.
Also, currently in the lead for the most damage from the party is still myself at 1321. But with Arthur dealing 245 points of damage, he has closed the gap between the two of us. My lead is now down to 216. Now he is sitting at over 1,000 points now with 1105. He jumped.
He's getting there.
He's getting there. Drop a bunch of fireballs. It'll do that.
Go buy a necklace. He comes back. He's got like 3 necklaces of fireballs. Just what you got there, Arthur? Smoothie.
Smoothie. It's also helpful when you hit a lot of targets.
Yes. And that's what you're for.
Yeah, me. 14 of those points are me on that 1105. Without me, you'd be sitting at like under 1100. So while I'll lead at 200, my 260 point lead is there. Eric
Pin 91? Pin 91?
I'm not doing the math. Okay,
I'm doing the math.
Good job. Great job. But Eric has slowly increased his lead. The last time it was at 33 points, and now it is at 64. So he still leads me on max damage. But I'll point out that
is only because he used an AoE.
Yeah, well, that all those 2 people get AoE's abilities, and I get within melee range. That's it. Was it Gandor has eclipsed over 500 points of damage before he retired. Volred has not quite made it to 1,000. And now
I only hit 500?
Yeah.
You know, it's because of all those freaking wines the session before last.
You have some bad fights.
But then I crit, and it's like, and then I like roll max, and it's like, uh-oh.
Now you have bad fights, but then you also have really good fights, so.
But there's no like average.
No, there isn't. You don't just have meh. You have really good or really bad. Now the race to see how long it takes Caleb to catch up to you. Well, he is now sitting at 154. You're at 506.
Dude, man, all he's got is Mind Knife, man.
Mind Sliver.
Sliver.
And Magic Missile Wand. So he can, he has like a 350 point lead on him. He has not reached 350 so far, and we're on session 43.
But he has helped a ton. I think all your haste attacks should count to him.
No, because then all the crits from the sleeping target should count for him too.
That's exactly right.
No, he gets other stats for that. He doesn't get that. He gets sleep number, and he gets
the minute we fight y'all fight regular people again. Dude, he's whipping the sleep out again. He's just like
debuff
sleep.
So many fucking things like crowd control. Bye everyone.
I bite.
Oh look, regular people. Fuck.
What is I bite?
6. 6 or 5.
That's right.
6 or 5. I just saw a video on it.
I think it's a really neat sounding spell. Yes, that's right.
the hell? Eric was posted shit in the stream, in our stream Discord during the show. Bad Eric. Probably watching the show. Asking stupid questions.
Oh, I was removed from Stream HQ.
What?
Yeah.
Eric, stop it.
Oh, is he doing stuff?
Yeah, no, I'm saying, like, he keeps removing people the second that they have an inkling of not being in the thing. He removes them from the stream HQ. There's no reason for that. Is that, oh, you guys post stuff during stream when I'm DMing. Well, yeah, mostly to distract us. And you. He's spectator. Oh, so you could see the stream one, you just can't post in it. Still
No, I can't see the stream one. So fix it,
probably
DM.
fucked up because he doesn't know what he's doing.
Stop messing with
Like when he
stuff.
tells me to pin stuff and make things for it when I clearly have no ability to do that. So that's about it for stats. We don't need to go into stats. That's it for it. Big numbers happen. Fireball. This is why we're lucky it's not in there. Although I gladly took it. On to more Gandor questions. Gandor, it's been a year. What are your top 3 things that Gandor has done or said?
We have shit in his bed. Fuck the system. And been almost petrified by a cockatrice, which is not a very deadly creature, but still is a very deadly creature. I was wondering why I couldn't see any of the Jason with Jace questions.
Well, those are in the Adjacent with Jace chat, which you shouldn't be banning people from because I need people to be able to see those.
Oh, I cannot see those.
It's real hard to run a show, Eric. You're fucking with shit.
Is Eric the producer?
No, he's not. But he has all the rights to the Discord channel.
We see you.
I like the fuck the establishment shit in the bed. There's a lot of things we could have done. We also found out that Gorbeck, well, we know Gorbeck won't. We also potentially won't have Bevo coming back. Volred, hopefully we find a way to revive his ass. But at least Rab is still around. So Rab can play another character if he wants to. But I like to think that it was all part of Eric's plan. Because behind the scenes, Rab finally gave Eric background information. Like, here's this information. I finally got this worked out. And Eric's like, alright. Trap is set. He's attached to his character.
Finally gave me a whole backstory. Dead.
Bam! Oh, what's that? You're staying in melee range. Fool.
No, he didn't stay in melee range. Eric summoned a bunch of things.
Well, he attacked, was in melee range, and moved from melee range. And that was the issue. What do you think it's going to take us to revive Volred?
I think a gem, diamond of roughly
He just looks up the spell.
500 gold worth, GP worth of value, which is consumed by the spell.
That's awfully specific.
I thought it was 300, and I was like, is it 300? I don't know. Yeah, 300.
A series of gems that are a total of 300, where Raised Dead requires 1 diamond worth 500. So you can't have a bunch of them, you have the 1. And then your players have to remember that they have them.
Yeah. But honestly, if someone comes back from the dead, you probably shouldn't go out for a while.
Be a little tired
You're a
from
little
that
tired.
from that spell.
You're a little sleepy.
A little sleepy. Find a religious spellcaster able to cast a 5th level spell. If only we knew some of them. Let's go find Theofrick. Hot damn.
Hot damn, Theofrick.
Caleb's like, no, my mentor could do all these kinds of things. No.
No.
Theofrick.
Theofrick.
Theo Thick. Let's go ahead. Let's go find him.
Oh, Lord, have mercy. What other questions you got in that bag?
Not a lot, because most of it's just about how you're feeling. You can change your character on us, play a good ranger.
Play Tabaxi Ranger. Tabaxi Ranger. Or Tabaxi themed, but on paper, Leonin Fighter. Echo Knight Fighter.
Yeah.
Or Tabaxi Druid, Wild Shape, Sabertooth Tiger because of Kylantha. Because River would have sent like any kid who started demonstrating like druid crap. He would have been like, "What druid do I know?"
Oh yeah.
Kylantha.
Just send it to a dangerous ass archdruid.
Soulfire turned out okay, but like, I is a river. It'll be fine.
You don't recall that that relationship at all, do you?
There was a weird relationship between those two, but
He's also like, seems pretty healthy to me. I don't know what's wrong there. What do you feel about the defacing of religious artifacts?
I think it's good.
Yeah.
I think it was very good that we metaphorically shit in her bed. We did not physically shit in her bed. We were like, this statue, this person y'all worship, fuck it. The
Fuck
little
the
obsidian thing.
establishment. Get out of here.
This who you worship? Fuck it.
Chuck it out.
I can't throw a very party. It's all you throw it.
Ow! Sorry, Caleb.
Drops them to 0. Just,
Oh,
no.
Ah. They did release a new Unearthed Arcana today that I'm looking at. It's like, man, that's some powerful shit.
What's it for?
It's for giants and primeval powers. Primordial powers. It's like elementals and giants. So there's a Path of the Giant Barbarian. It's like, ooh. When you rage,
I think I've seen
you get a
something
5
about
foot.
that.
You get a 5 foot reach. Your thrown weapons also add your rage damage to it, and you're like a size bit. You go to a large size. Like, oh fuck yeah, that's so cool. Imagine a thrown weapon, and then later on, the thrown weapon can return to you. What do you think about our party's capabilities at the point of where they are now, if like Volred were there and you were there and Gorbek were there? The 6-man party of what their capabilities are, and then compare them to our last campaign of the 4 to 5 people.
I think there is too much. I think last campaign we somehow stumbled upon balance of like Omlik's in the front. Then there's Kelder getting hit instead of Omlik. Okay. Nock is blowing up everything that is trying to be long range, and then River is skirting around everywhere and like picking things that need to be picked.
I like to compare it to our last campaign. We had tons of versatility between just 4 to 5 characters. Where in this one, our party doesn't have much versatility with 6 characters.
Yeah, we got a barbarian and
I am not a versatile character, but I can
no, got a monk. He hits a lot. We got 2 nerds. We got a masked man who really can just kill. And then we had a charismatic goblin, but
wasn't
not very good at
bard.
No. Charisma only gets you so far.
Helps if you lie.
Yes.
And not tell the truth.
I'm pretty sure he could pull a Barrington if he wanted to.
Sir Barrington.
Sir Barrington. If any of y'all don't know that story, look it up.
Classic bear move.
Classic bear.
You got a bear in the party now.
Well, half bear.
He's a bear half the time.
But it's big bear.
What are your thoughts on how the party constantly has apparently dropped out of quests? Because I have a theory.
I think we're just looking too hard. What's your theory? What's your theory on why we're dropping quests so much?
We're smarter than our last party.
Yeah. River would have said we can kill the bird easy.
Because I play Aaron.
Why is everything me?
Let me elaborate on my theory of our party is smarter than the other one. And also blame a bit of the DM for this. In last campaign, when we did fight hard ones, they were grotesquely hard. And we had to be a versatile party to handle pretty much any situation we went against. Where this party is not capable of being that versatile and having different ways of solving problems. But the DM has prepared as if he was going against a party that was just as capable and versatile as the last one. So when he sends out a CR 11 encounter for a group of level 4, he would expect us to find a way to beat it. But the range of TPK that we'd be running straight into and our party not being stupid,
because the immediate second you go down, it's just a floodgate of damage. Yeah.
And if you look at all the quests that we've gone into and the quests we dropped out of, one of the quests that we actually did was the goblins in the mountains. We went all the way through that one, and our final fight was extremely difficult. It only kind of turned the path at the very end. But in the process of doing that, we technically lost Gorbeck for several weeks because of that was mostly on Bevo, but I mean we technically lost a party member in that one.
And I think Eric could have TPK'd there, easy.
Yeah, if it hadn't turned at the very last two rounds, it would have been a TPK. It was on the way to TPK. All the signs were there. If you go into the next difficult quest we had, going into the Wizard's Tower with the Ghost, we had no way of fighting ghosts, so there's no way we could continue on. So
well, two of us had ways of fighting ghosts. No one else did.
Last party, capable, they found a way, and they're also stupid, they would have kept going, because they're mostly religious things, they would have found a way. This party, nah, fuck that. If we had gone and kept doing it, it would have most likely been a TPK, lose at least one person. Next one, the Rock. Again, maybe would have found a way, but highly likely would have lost another party member. And then this last one, It was a difficult one. We backed out initially, went back, went in. It was a difficult one, and at the very end, instead of turning back and leaving, we stayed and fought and lost a party member. So, theoretically, we've avoided 2 potential TPKs because of our judgment. Also, I agree that the characters have lack of investment in the quest. Because it's a quest for money. Like, we're not it's not something that we have to do. We're not risk our lives for some money. We'll go find another job that'll give us money.
Like, River wasn't really invested in any of the quests in the beginning in last campaign, but like once he grew attached to Kelder and mainly Kelder, because
it's adorable.
Because it's fun to run around him 3 times and then still be ahead of him.
The audacity of this bitch.
But Kelder cared for Omlik, and Omlik cared for King Grice, and the whole thing revolved around King Grice. Everything was to help him. So Omlik did it.
We had a reason to do what we were doing.
Yeah, like we had a reason to, like the freaking the tunnels, the bandit tunnels probably would have been really, really rough if we didn't just go. Actually, it was really rough. Because a certain monk ran ahead and ran straight into a knife.
I'll point out that all of Soulfire's death were mostly his fault.
Yes.
I'll put them on him.
Man,
Sorelian's death, not on him.
But yeah, I think you're right, and also chat's right. There is no investment with this group, and also this group does not have a balance. It's a lot of arcane, not a lot of holy. Holy's really good for balancing. Arcane is not.
Arcane is greed, where a religious-based caster could be motivated a lot more by caring.
Hell, one of the oaths of Paladin is to care for things. Oath of the Ancients.
Now the question would be well, how do you get the party to care? Well, killing off a character tends to do that. You need a MacGuffin. It's all about revenge right now, but that's Zal. It's kind of that. But then you go, what do you do after that? Do you expect it to snowball? If it gets to a point, you better hope the party doesn't realize, is the life of one person worth all its other ones? Who knows? Might back out of it again.
If you kill me, a circle of death will implode in the nearby city and kill, 300-foot radius of people. Do you kill me and kill all those people, or?
Yes. Which party? I've played plenty of characters. Absolutely, it's genocide's just dropping the.
I don't think Kelder would have.
Kelder, nah. Well, Kelder's made some questionable decisions in his life.
Yeah, he did abandon everything to.
They were all made with good intentions in mind. It's just the side effects were unforeseen.
Yes.
But he gets all the blame for it.
Yes.
But also, that's what you're thinking about the party wise, we can't. At what point does the difficulty of the quest balance out not being invested? So, if we're very invested, but the difficulty of the quest is literally staring a gun in the face, or pointing at your face, do we just go straight into suicide for something that is only for money? We're not going to risk our lives for that if we can plainly see the outcome.
Yeah. Or much too self-preserving.
Self-preserving is a good one. I think we're both to blame for this, Eric and Party. Eric for trying to get us to fight ghosts that we literally can't hit, and fight rocks that can fly, and fall damage is super lethal in this game. Those are the two things that we purposely avoided because there's literally no way we could have gotten out of there without being extremely deadly against us.
Because a certain goblin jumped from the second story and almost died, which made people realize.
One.
Was that session 1?
That was the first session. Jumped off a roof.
To tackle me. And Eric was like, 2d6 fall damage, 3d6 fall damage.
Shit.
What do you mean? 9 damage. Ugh.
But let's just hope that in the future, like, encounters and stuff, like, we're not... If it is a super deadly encounter, maybe don't make it as obvious, or don't make us go into a super deadly encounter for just money, because we will not fucking do that. The only reason the other party did 4 because they were motivated by, like, personal reasons.
And unnatural whimsy.
Unnatural whimsy. Curiosity killed the cat.
Yeah, I got...
Just not you. It killed the other cat that was in the party a couple times.
I got like 6 lives left, so I don't know.
Did you lose life when you fell off that roof?
Maybe. I think it was the infection from the scale water.
Pranks are fun. Well, we're riding near the end.
I still remember fucking Skyrite. I get so mad.
I love Skyrite.
I was so mad.
That's one thing I miss about playing like a spellcaster. This magic is fun to mess with. It doesn't have to do damage. It could just be fun. Turning invisible, that's fun. Like getting a fight with Knock and then just turning invisible and leaving. Like, I'm out of here. Fuck this.
And losers.
Let's see. Oh yeah, we're getting near the end. Gandor, I'm gonna need you to roll me a D100. Give me that D percentile, that sweet, sweet percentile juice.
We got a 15.
15. For the next minute, you regain 5 hit points at the start of each of your turns.
Ooh. Sweet. Now I can go. I don't know. Do onions deal poison damage?
Onions?
Yeah, because they make you cry and it hurts.
Poison. That's like saying, does eating spicy food give you poison damage? Eric, your forecast is windy, cold, and a chance of hail. He's got the weather dice. Oh, well, Aaron, Gandor, all the other characters that you may be at some point, one-time DM of the House of Delgan.
Yes.
I hope you enjoyed this year of playing. We hope to see you back as soon as possible. If you got some dumb character idea that like, ooh, this would be good for a couple sessions, feel free. Stop in. Make a fool of yourself.
I'll make a Drake Warden. I don't know.
Be a swarm keep. I'll teach you how to play Ranger Rick, and you can play him. You got to do your best Patrick Wharton voice. Better. Got a whole bunch of bees over
here. Take the bees. Hunter's mark.
Hunter's mark. Jeffrey, got him. Well, thank you all for coming. I really have to go. I hope you liked watching this really crappy show. Like, follow, and subscribe is what I'm supposed to say. And as always, we'll see you next Tuesday for our 1-year anniversary episode. Good night, everyone. Enjoy your
Good
evening.
night.
Say goodbye to Aaron.
For a while.
Until we replace him. You come back and just have a fake mustache on. A big, like, obnoxiously large one.
Work says I can't have the beard, so I may just...
Just at the Sanchez. Good night.
Good night.
Walking hand in hand on the ocean floor, down deep we wander. Louder we sing, no there is no cure in this together. I don't wanna tell you that it's not real. Nothing is a fairy tale. Everything about you is so unreal. It won't be pretty when it ends. Now how could I leave with your sweet love on me? Yeah, yeah. Something about you always makes it harder. When you got my lipstick on your white shirt collar. On the carnival till the rest go home. Now I only see you. Hearts and letters carved into the shore. We'll never grow old. I don't wanna tell you that it's not real. Nothing is a fairy tale. But everything about you is so unreal. It won't be pretty when it ends. Now how could I leave with your sweet love on me? Yeah, yeah. Something about you always makes it harder. When you got my lipstick on your white shirt